Hey, yo, what's up? This is Ice motherfucking T. Welcome to the Ghost Gang, bitch. Yeah, because you have to see other places. And without music, I would have never. I mean, name some of the places you've been, Ice.
Shit, fucking everywhere. My passport is fucking stamped. That's what I'm saying. Everywhere in Europe.
You're streaming to go?
Germany, fucking everywhere. Like I've been everywhere. I can't. I think the only place I haven't been might be like Australia or like some like tropic places. But other than that, I've been everywhere. Like everywhere.
Eastern Europe.
And it's and the one thing that I also learned too with touring, like in the benefits that come with touring, is that you're never going to naturally just go purchase a flight to go to all these small towns and stuff like that. So I'm lucky that I get to see some of these towns, you know what I mean, that I would normally never just catch a flight to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to go to Romania. I'm going to go here.
Yeah, since you've been so many places, bro, and, because when we're talking, you know how we usually hang out on Twitch, too. There's 50 people in there. Shit, I only get to say 10 words half the time. But, what's like one of your favorite places, man? Because I've never got to ask you that, and your dad's here, and I mean, y'all can probably feed off some of these stories. But like, what's your favorite story? Like growing up on tour with your dad, like obviously no TOS, man. I can't talking about too crazy stuff, but obviously
no TOS.
But tell me about the time Spike told the guy that you're gonna leave out of there.
Oh, shit.
This is recently.
So my Uncle Spike, the one that he was telling you about, they fucking served, had the 35 to life. So my pops brought him out. See, that's the one thing about my pops is that his close friends, you know what I mean, that he grew up with. I told you that's my family. Those are like my uncles. You know what I mean? They might not be blood, but they're blood. You know what I mean? So he brings everybody, like his true friends. You know what I mean? He brings them along. So Spike came out. Remember, we actually had that talk about how that was one good thing that Ghost was talking about. We were talking about this on another stream about people that go to jail and coming out and not being able to have job opportunities and stuff like that. So my pops basically brought him along on tour, you know what I mean, to like, not as security, but kind of like what would you say Spike does on tour? Like
Spike is out on tour just to have something to do, and his job really is looking out for you, Coco, and Chanel. So he's more like somebody that I trust when I'm not paying attention to them. I know they're safe, and I know he's not gonna let nothing happen to him.
Nah, so we go out. So obviously, my pops, he's done with the partying. You know what I mean? He ain't doing that. He's got Coco. He's got my little sister with him. When the show is over, he's rubbing Bengay on his back, fucking laying in the bed, fucking chilling. See, that we have two buses now. We got the family bus, and then we call it the party bus. Because my bus or the jail bus, because on that bus, we're drinking, I'm smoking weed, I'm doing whatever the fuck. On that bus, ain't nothing going down because my little sister's on there. You know what I mean? So ain't shit going down. So every show, when I would finish a show, I would do this shit. It was pretty crazy. And I don't know that many people that do it, but I would finish the show and I would jump off the front of the stage and walk to the local bar. I'd be like with the crowd. I'd be like, where we at? Show's over. Where's the bar at? So now I'm walking with a crowd of fucking 50 to 100 people like, here, let's go to this bar, like the most local bar and shit. So we're in this bar and my Uncle Spike's with me and, he's on point. So he's looking at everybody and shit like that. And we're at this bar. I can't even remember where the fuck it was at. It was somewhere in Eastern Europe. Somewhere in Eastern Europe, like crazy as fuck, dark as fuck. And we're in this bar and these guys are getting real drunk. They're buying me hella drinks. They're trying to shove, shots down my face and stuff. And I'm like, I'm good. So then all of a sudden, my Uncle Spike steps in. He's just like, hey, man, look. My nephew said he's good. He's good, all right? And I'm just going to tell all y'all motherfuckers in this spot right now. If anything happens in here, he's making it out. I might not make it out this bitch, but he's making it out.
How big is Spike?
Spike ain't even that big.
Spike is like swole.
Spike is just swole. He's just like a short, stocky dude. He's just like a short,
dude at the bar where you're like,
Eastern European.
She's Eastern European.
Okay.
We ain't talking about Eastern Europeans right now, woman.
They don't really want to fuck with Spike. Like I'm saying, 35 years in the Bing, he's not scared of shit.
He's got that look. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be 6'5". You gotta have that look. People can look at you and go, shit, I probably don't want to. I don't want to hit that dude.
Nah, he told him straight up. If anything happens, I might die in here tonight. Getting out of here.
Yeah, so we over here we call each other cousins. Like when we have friends like that, it's my cousin. You know what I mean? It's not blood, but hey, I didn't choose my blood. I chose, him and I, we chose to be buddies for this long. Now, let me ask you this, because he did mention, so you got friends like that too. Like I said, though, we refer to them as cousins, uncles, but I understand what you're saying. Those around you, Ice, as you were growing up, and this is for Big Ice, this is for Papa Ice. Did your your girlfriends or your wife, did they ever go, oh, they're using you? You gonna let them? You know what I'm saying? Like take advantage? Because I know that when I'm out, I can't let my friends pay for shit. I can't, because it would be mean for me to invite them somewhere, knowing damn well that it was unaffordable, and then the people that are around me, like my family, like my blood, that the people I have to take care of as well, they look at me like, hey, don't we like to take advantage? And I try to tell them, I try to explain it to them. It's a hard thing to explain. You've been around it a lot longer than me. What do you say, man? How do you explain that? Or did you ever?
I think Ice will agree that by now my circle is so small and so tight,
right,
that everybody that I look out for deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
when you were
I don't
younger,
have. There's no extra people. Like I've been with these guys since junior high school, and they supported me through my whole career. And if I need something, they'll be there. Right now, Ice is in LA. I can make a phone call and 20 people will be at his house, and he knows it. So my guys deserve it. And he's around me. It's not like I'm spending a lot of money. We might go out to dinner. We don't fuck off a lot of money. It's not like I'm buying everybody cars and shit.
Yeah, like these young artists now, like we go into the mall and we buying everybody Louis and fucking, all this clothes and jewelry and shit like that. Now I'll go to a nice dinner. You know what I mean? We'll go to some dinners. We'll go here and there and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like he said, they deserve it. You know what I mean? They've been there.
I don't, my friends, they can come to me, but it's like it has to be in my gut. Like if you came at me, Ghost, and you was my man and say you needed 10 G's, if I love you, you got it. You could come back later and ask for $500. If I don't feel it, I'm not giving it to you.
Right.
So it's my gut. If I feel it, but you can't guilt me into it. You can't extort me. You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck's happening. See, the thing of it is even with my clique, right? I was always the boss. So I don't have anybody in my clique that is I have to look up to or answer to. I was older than all of them. And so they all my little homies, basically, at the end of the day. So, and they're appreciative. But I've had to cut off friends. I've had to cut off friends.
I've seen it all happen. I've seen a lot of people come and go.
Yeah, I've had to cut friends. And when I used to live in LA, when I lived with Ice and we had a house up in Sunset Plaza, then 50 guys around all the time.
At all times. Because so we had
a studio.
We had a studio in the bottom of the house, but the way the studio was built was you could get to the studio without having to come through the front door of our house. You could come through the side. So you could come through the side, go down, and you would never even know that someone was coming to the studio. So I would fucking wake up, every day and just come down. And all of a sudden, everybody's in there, fucking, Tupac, Cube, fucking, you name it. Everybody would come by that fucking studio.
Tupac Shakur, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tupac's a little homie.
That's like you said. That's the little homie. You know what I mean?
How tall was he? He looks like he was short.
Tupac I don't know. Tupac might have been like 5'9" or 10 or 11. I mean, he was, but when I say the little homie, it's just that he's 13 years younger than me.
I know that. I just, because I see him on the videos. I mean, dude, Tupac Shakur, I bet you I could fucking rap every one of his songs word for word for word. Obviously not on Twitch, so I can't give it to you right now. But I mean, at some point. But seriously,
we had a recording studio called the Crack House in our house, and Ice was so young that I had to teach Ice. Like I never told him about as far as profanity and saying words. Fuck this. I never told him that was going to send him to hell. I just taught him that there was a adult world and a child world.
Right.
And the adult world, they smoke, they drink. They use this language, and he's not in that adult world till he can drive. I told him, when you driving, then you can say fuck, shit, bitch. You can say those words.
Yeah.
You can.
But you were showing me fucking horror movies and all that shit. I watched everything. Like in my room, I had fucking Jason, Chucky, fucking Pinhead dolls, all kinds of shit.
We're talking about
as
movies,
a baby.
I will lose train of thought though. When you were talking earlier and why you didn't drink and smoke and get, because you were by yourself, you had to take care of number one. And it reminds me of my favorite movie of you running through the woods. Like these red people put you on the thing. Was that
Surviving
really
the game
fun to film, man? Was that not was that fun to film, or was that what? And one of the coolest moves you did, he lit up a cigarette.
That was like the first movie that I was the star of.
Dude, that was my favorite movie all time.
You got to remember, when I did New Jack City, I co-starred with Wesley Snipes.
Right.
But in Surviving the Game, it was like Ice-T. And the concept was them chasing me. It was made after the most deadly game. I got to work with Gary Busey, Rutger Hauer, rest in peace, F. Murray Abraham, Charles Dutton, John McGinley. It was crazy. We were up in Wenatchee, Washington, and they actually hunted me for like 2 months.
I know, that's why, because that shit looked real.
It was real. I mean, a low-budget movie, you don't have money for special effects. I remember I was hanging off a side of a cliff, 90 feet in the air, and they say, when Stallone did Cliffhanger, he was never more than 10 feet off the ground. I'm like, why am I 90 feet in the air? Because we didn't have the money for the special effects.
Shit.
My favorite scene, dude, is so smart, and whenever I think of it, you can put all the military movies in play, and just the smart. It was smart, dude. It was just smart. I guess you got shot or something like that. You sit down by a tree and you light up a cigarette and you put it in the bark and you take off running. And I mean, kind of flank them a little bit. Did you come?
It looked like he was standing behind the tree because the smoke was coming from behind the tree, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So you were focused on that while he was flanking them. I mean, did you come up with that, or did the book?
Nah. There's an actor joke. Why did the actor cross the road? Because it was in the script. So whatever the script said, people say, "Oh, you beat up Wesley Snipes in New Jack City." It was in the script. If it's in the script, I could beat up 20 motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? So that was part of the script. That was thought out by the writers. And I'm just, following the script. No, I wasn't making up any ideas for that.
That's cool, man. Because I was looking at some stuff today. I always look at this stuff. I mean, I don't ask everybody these kind of questions. I mean, I'm seriously, I'm like you're someone definitely to look up to. And I mean, I'm 38 and I'm no bum. You've done more movies than most movie stars.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of movies. I only claim about 10 movies, though.
About 100.
I've done 100 or so, but I only claim about 10.
You can't bring up the porn videos. I couldn't find those yet.
I did 3 porns.
Was that when you had long hair?
No, I wasn't beating it down. I was just in the porn. I did one porn called Pimpin' 101, where I'm kind of like a guy that takes you through the different level of hoes. Like I teach you about the street hoe, the Carson hoe, the girls in the hotel.
It's more like science. It's a health class.
Yeah, and I talk about it, and then the camera moves past me, and then you see it go in action. So
I say, my God.
The next girl is the call girl. This type of girl, and I tell you, and I break it down, and the camera moves past me to the John. So even though I was in the pornos, I didn't do no pornography.
You were the moderator.
Yeah. And then I was in another one called Frankenpenis.
What? Oh my God.
And
I'm learning so much stuff today. I didn't even know. What the fuck?
Well, you got to ask. I mean, Ghost is asking the right question. I did that. That's when I knew Ron Jeremy before he got in trouble. And at the end of the movie,
I'm about to cry.
Special effects, or was he really like fucking the gold arm, bro? That dude looked like kickstand.
No, Ron Jeremy was ill because he was like, what made him so big in porno was he wasn't handsome. He wasn't the most handsome guy.
He was ugly.
But he was hung like a horse, though.
No, not that ice. when guys watch porn, you don't really want to see no super handsome guy nailing the chick. You want to see a guy that's uglier than you nailing the chick because that makes you think you would have action.
That is true. I didn't even think of that. That's true. Damn.
So psychologically, they don't want these handsome guys with the women. They want average Joes, you know. And so they're let me get back to Frankenpenis. It was about the Bobbitt case where homegirl cut off his dick. Yeah. So in the movie, Jeremy was like a doctor that made this guy this special penis. So at the end of the movie, he's walking. I go, yo, Doc. I walk up to him. I'm like, Doc, I'm sick. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I do penis enlargements. You need any help? And I'm like, nah, I'm good, dude. And he walks up. He says, all these rappers think they're so fucking hung. And that's it. That's the end of the movie. So it was a cameo.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Those are good. But I mean, and then as the special victims unit, how in the hell? How did that happen?
Oh wow, special victims unit happened because it started with New York Undercover. I was at my house in Hollywood with Fab Five Freddy from Yo MTV Raps fame, and we were talking some shit. And Andre Harrell, rest in peace, made a phone call to him, and he said, "I'm over Ice-T's house." And he goes, "Word? Tell Ice to be on New York Undercover." At that time, Andre Harrell was a producer for New York Undercover, and I told him, "Fuck that." I said, "That's a ripoff of New Jack City. I'm a movie star. Don't you know I'm a movie star? I'm up here in Hollywood Hills player." So he hit me with black people hit you with this. "Oh, you too big now."
You can't remember your family.
Damn. So hit you with a guilt trip.
Yeah, the guilt worked. So I said, but thankfully it did. So I said, give me a bad guy role and I'll do it. So I did a guy named Danny Up on New York Undercover. And after that role, Dick Wolf, Master of the Universe, he says, "I don't want you to die. Will you do 2 more episodes?" I said, no. He talked me into it. And I did 2 more episodes. So I did 3 episode arc on New York Undercover. Then I was called back. I played a gangster on a show he had called Swift Justice. Then I called back. I played a pimp on Exile, the Law and Order movie with Chris Knopf. Then I pitched the show to him called Players with Costas Mandelar and Frank Hughes, which we did a full season. When that season was over, he said, "Ice, I wish I had a stronger vehicle for you." I'm like, "Yeah, right. Cool." Went back to LA, started a record label, and then I got a call to do to do SVU. I told him no. I was like, "I'm in LA. I live in LA. I'm trying to create a record label." But we had just went through some drama. Ice knows what the drama was. We had some serious street action happening. So one of my buddies was like, "Man, you want to go to New York? Go to New York, do 4 episodes, get out of here right now. You know, it's hot in LA." So I went out there came out where I'm at. That's where I'm at now. I came out here to do 4 episodes, and it's been 24 years.
And now you're the longest running male actor on television history, right?
Longest running male actor. Mariska is the longest running actress. She has me about maybe 20 episodes because she started earlier than me. Longest running show in television history. Playing the police.
Yeah, crazy. So as you said, like when why did the actor cross the road? You know, because the writer or the director said so. So how much time do you spend reading?
None at all.
None at all.
For the script?
For the words. So like the words can be natural.
I could vouch for that. I'll sit there on set with him, and they bring the script into the room, and the second he's walking up there, when it's time to film, he might look at it once, and then that's it. He's not sitting there for a day.
Like you just do it natural, and it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe because I'm a rapper, I can.
So they don't want you to necessarily mean word to word. They just want it to go in the direction.
No.
He's doing it word for word. It's
got to be on script.
All that shit. Just like
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is this how it works. You get a script. The script is 45 scenes. As an actor, you might only be in 10 to 15 of those scenes, okay? So discard the rest of the scenes. You're not in it, okay? Got that? Okay, now, on a day, you might shoot 2 or 3 scenes. So discard the rest of those. Now all you got to worry about is 3 scenes. Now, concentrate on the first scene. Out of all the lines, how many lines do you have to say in that scene? You just got to worry about that scene, not the whole script.
Yeah.
Just that scene. So you're learning stuff in pieces. You read the script all the way through so you know what the story is about. You pay attention if there are any big, long monologues that might require a lot of work. But most of the stuff is conversational.
Right.
So you got the first scene. You go in there. They block it. That means they go in there, they say, okay, read the words. We all read the words to each other. Then you say, the director will block it. I want you to stand here. I want you to stand there. This is how we're going to shoot it. Then they put tape down. Then they say, okay, second team. Now you leave. You go to do hair, makeup, and get ready. That could be an hour and a half. You got time now to look at the script. Practice. Now you know what it is. This, that, and the third. Now you come back. They start shooting the scene. But Ghost, it's not your coverage. It's ICE's coverage. So now you're doing the lines, but the camera's not on you yet. Gives you more time to get it locked. More time to get it locked. More time. And by the time the camera turns on you, since you've been doing this shit 24 fucking years, you know how to say the goddamn lines. You don't have to really worry about it because you're always the same character. So you know how your character would say the lines. Now, if you fuck up, you say line and the script supervisor yells the fucking line to you.
Damn.
So it's not that complicated. It's only complicated. Say if you're playing the attorney and you have these long depositions and all these big, heavy, long speeches and stuff like that.
And they get paid half the price.
In short segments. So a lot of actors like to make it seem more difficult than it is. Like Mariska can memorize a hell of a lot of shit. And she can say it, you know, but it's work in progress. And you're learning it. And if you mess up, it's on tape. They cut. Get it, try it again. You know,
how many people are on set? So like when you're doing all these, because how often do y'all film? Do y'all film like every day?
Shoot 5 days a week.
That is fucking nuts. And those 5 days a week, how many hours is that?
13 hours, 12, 13 hours.
You are a fucking machine, dude.
But see, every scene, the production company is working all those hours. But say Monday, you go in, you're in the first scene, you're in the third scene, and the 2 last scenes. So you're going to be there all day, but you're not really working.
You're not
all
working,
day.
you're hanging out, but you're still working. Fucking ain't.
Right. I always say acting isn't hard, it's time consuming. The next day, you're only in 1 scene. So you show up in the afternoon, you knock it out, 3 hours, you go home. The next day, you're not in any scenes. You're off. The next day, you're in all scenes. So as the way they shuffle the scenes around, that's what the workload is.
Right.
And it's a lot of work because it never stops. But it's not, when I say we work 14 hours, the crew works from the morning till the end.
Insane.
But the actors only work in the scenes they're in.
How do you deal with that, man? Because that's a whole lot of work. And dude, you are obviously a family man. I mean, like I said, it's obvious. How do they not ever fuck with you? Like, hey man, you work too much. You've already got enough. No. Why do you keep pushing it to the limit? Like, what keeps you motivated to be better?
Well, no, my family understands it. ICE understands it. You know, I've always been like this. You know, I've always been a really hard grinder. I'm trying to, you know, instill that in him, that success comes from being uncomfortable. When you're comfortable, you're actually sliding backwards. So when you're on vacation, you're spending money. It costs money to be comfortable. So just to be comfortable, but to make money, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Yep.
You know, people want to figure a way to make money and be comfortable. Well, watch the NFL. You think those guys are comfortable during training?
Hell no.
While they're busting their ass when they're running and all the workouts they got to do. So look at the boxer. Look how much the boxer has to be in the ring, not during fight night, but up to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the work you got to put in to make it. So people have to learn how to be uncomfortable. And I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable.
Me too.
I like, you know, I'm a hustler. And in the game, they got this thing called cop and blow, which means it's okay to blow it, because blowing it makes you want to get it. So if I got a lot of money and I'm sitting around, I don't need it, I could get fat. All kinds of things would happen to you. You know, a Rolling Stone gathers no moss. So people say, why do you work so hard? Ghost. I work so hard because I spend money at an alarming rate. Okay.
It happens.
So I don't really mind working, because I'm fortunate. I've worked myself into a position where everything I do, I like.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Everything I do, I like. But I'm not really good at sitting around. I used to even tell you, when I'm on vacation, I sit around, I still want to be productive. I'll start writing music. Really? I need to.
I think one of the dopest things he tells me, and that's where it kind of like, I kind of get it from. That's why, like, when you guys see me and you're like, what the fuck, Ice, you've been live for 10, 15 hours. It's because something that he's taught me is that it's like, look, just know if you're not trying to do it, or you trying to get something and you slow down, there's somebody that will do that. You know what I mean? That you're going to work just as hard. They will pass you. You know what I mean? So that's why when I'm motivated, I took something from him, and he's like, look, if I don't work, I start getting physically sick. You know what I mean? And I kind of, not obviously physically sick, but it's like a mental thing. So now it's like, if I feel like I'm chilling too long, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So I want to get, you know, I want to be a big streamer. Guess what? I got to put in the work.
Well, you're hustling backwards, Ice. It's easy to go backwards. It's like a slippery slope. So getting up is really difficult. It's hard. What you're doing now to get your followers, to get to 1,000 to 10,000 to 20, whatever, but you can lose them like that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
can lose them way faster than you can get them.
What's the quote? Success isn't owned; it's rented, and the mortgage is due every day.
That's right. How long? So, do you ever plan to retire? Or are you just gonna work forever?
No, I don't. I can't. I don't think I could be happy retired. Even when I take a week off, I get bored. I'm like, I need some shit to do.
So do you
like,
do
what would I
different?
do if I retired?
Like, are you getting into other industries? Or are you just planning on just acting forever? Are you gonna start doing some more business side stuff?
But it goes. I've put myself into a position where everything that I do, I would want to do forever. I think that people that make music want to make it forever. You know, Frank Sinatra sung till you die. It's like, people that are in movies, you never retire from making movies. You make movies till your last breath. There's people 80 years old acting. So
what's that dude, Sean Connery? He acted for fucking ever. I mean, dude, hell,
fun.
Al Pacino, that son of a bitch, dude. What is he, like 90? He fucking just came out with that new Netflix thing. That was pretty good.
Shit, I just said we were on tour with Ozzy. Ozzy's still performing. He might not even move. Ozzy Osbourne, yeah. Hell yeah. We the last tour we did, the European tour, and he killed it. He might not move on stage though.
His little reality show.
Yeah, look, got Zach Wild out there. He got one of the best guitar players in the world. Zach killed it.
Zach, his guitar players, look, his whole band is moving around going crazy while he just stands there with a monitor on the front and just says his shit, you know what I mean? And just performs, but he's still performing.
Is he going to be there today too?
I remember, you know what it is? Ghost, I had a player buddy, and I never forget, he was hustling like a maniac. And I'll never forget, he looked at me and I said, man, you are crazy. You're going so hard. He said, Ice, if I stop, I think I'll die.
Ooh.
And I do notice that older people that work hard and they're hard workers and get bored easy, the minute they quit, they're not long for the world, man. It'll eat them up. You just age quick. It's almost like we're
what do you
being
do
pickled.
when you
Like work
retire?
pickles us.
What do people do?
I
You just
fucking
fucking
don't
sit
know.
around and
I could
spend
not
money.
imagine. So look, I mean, I've started and still have several businesses, and I won't sell them. People trying to buy them all day long, but I'm afraid because I mean I'm not starting businesses every day, but I'm afraid if I sell one, I'll just die. I'll party myself away. You know what I mean? I'll like,
Yeah.
I hell no. I want to always progress, dude. And if I'm not moving forward, like you said, I'm moving backwards.
Yeah. They told me that as long as every day you get up and you put your feet on the ground and you say, I got shit to do, you'll be all right.
I heard that's
that day when you get out to bed and you like, I don't got nothing to do.
Fuck today.
Shit's getting bad. And if you do that for a week,
you fucking that shit
starts
turns into a
getting
month.
weird and shit. I mean, maybe if I was a fisher, people start playing golf or some bullshit like that. No, I'll always. I said what I might do is retire before noon. Like, just stop waking up so goddamn early. Whatever I do,
I'm more
it
like
has
a
to start after
10:30. I'm a
12.
10:30 right now. I'm not quite at noon. Not quite at noon
Yeah.
yet.
So just stop some of those early morning wake ups because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and it's brutal.
That's bullshit. I ain't doing that. I quit doing that after military school. I was like, no more 5 a.m.s.
I'm calling Ghost. I'm ending the stream. I'm ending the stream at like fucking 5, 6 in the morning. I'm calling Pops and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing up right now?" He's like, "What are you doing up right now?" And he's like, "I'm on the way to work." And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to sleep."
I ain't left work.
Yeah.
No, so are you because number one, that is probably one of the most gangster wine collections, if that's yours.
I agree.
Behind me?
Yeah, behind you.
Yeah, that's forever. That's infinity. It just goes. It's 4 miles deep.
Yeah, and that fucking that saltwater tank right there, you did not put that together.
Yeah, that's an aquarium. I've always had aquariums.
But you did not do that. You didn't do that saltwater tank by yourself.
No.
No, hell no.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, dude. I've had 2 of them, and those are the hardest fucking things.
Look, Ghost. Let me tell you something right now.
And he's got tangs.
You think? Look, Ghost. Listen. You think that saltwater tank, Ghost? Ghost. You think that saltwater tank is something? At our old house, we had a fucking shark tank in there. They had to be brought in by a crane.
It was like 190, and I put it together. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it was the hardest fucking thing I have ever done in my life. See, I dropped out of chemistry because it was fucking hard. Okay, I'm not a chemistry guy. I'm more of like a physical education guy. Like I'm like a PE guy. I can do some basic math, like simple arithmetic, shit like that. But I learned all about chemistry, and it's beautiful, by the way. I mean, even the glare of it from off of another piece of glass is beautiful.
We had a Shark Tank in LA. I built a studio in this same house we were talking about, and I just picked a wall and I said I want that to be an aquarium. And the guy goes, okay, I learned my lesson. So when he built the aquarium for me, he says, this aquarium is 1,000 pounds empty. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. So they had to figure a way to anchor it to the ground, to the side of the hill.
Do a whole new sort of stuff. Baby, will you give me some? Oh, I got ice.
And somehow they got this thing in. So when it was time to install the aquarium, the guy calls me and he goes, we've got a problem. I'm like, what? He said, the aquarium won't make it down the steps into your basement. Yeah. I'm like, why are we talking French? What is that bullshit? You got a problem, motherfucker. I just paid you like $50,000 for this tank. Figure it out. So we got this idea to use a crane to lift the aquarium over the house
to fucking put it
out into the valley and bring it back in through a window. So I agreed to pop the window and we got the tank in with the sharks. When you have a saltwater aquarium, this is in the middle of my living room, what you're looking at.
It's beautiful.
It's a reflection. You're seeing a reflection.
I know. I can tell.
But we had a beam in this house, and they built the aquarium around the beam. They came in and they built it in the house. So they made it fabricated in a way.
You didn't have to
so
put
it's
a whole
dead in
new
the center of the living room.
A bunch of shit. Is it because that one is obviously I see tangs and shit. I see some coral.
Yes, living coral in there.
Do you like? I mean, what do you like? What do you prefer, the fish or the coral?
The coral's more interesting. You know,
I'm a coral guy too. I'm a coral guy too. I like the coral.
But they're the most difficult tanks to keep because what you're trying to do is you're trying to replicate
real life.
The middle of the ocean in the middle of your living room.
Real life.
Yeah.
So I have experts that come once a week and handle the tank. And that's why I got to keep 10 jobs.
Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I got the same type of fucking. I got a terrible addiction to spinning that shit too. The wife, dude. She likes horses and shit. So let's go ahead and put that out there. I do not recommend women that love horses. Okay, it's like even when you're young, they're expensive. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta have like 2 mortgages. It's actually crazy.
My daughter went riding on horses and she goes, "Daddy, I want a horse." I'm like,
"Oh no,
no."
No, my wife bought a fucking warm blood from like Germany. I was like, "Oh, okay, let me see." This thing right the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's gone. Well, you can't ride that. Thing's too damn big. This thing, it looked like a dump truck." And my wife weighs like 100 pounds. I was like, "You ain't riding that shit. Get the."
That's what's up.
Didn't keep it long. Which that took me off train of thought on that one a little bit, but oh, I hate horses. But what's your favorite wine? If you were to drink wine, red or white?
I don't drink wine. Coco's a wino. We moved into this apartment one time. It had a wine cooler, and we didn't know what to get. So she joined a wine club, and they started sending us wines. And so now she thinks she's a sommelier. You know, she loves wine, and but I don't really drink wine. I'll sip it if she wants me to sip it. Wives want you to taste what they're tasting. But no, I'm not a wine drinker.
Did you ever try to take food off your plate?
I mean, yeah, not so much.
Does it irritate you? Does it irritate you? You're like, "Oh yeah, baby, go ahead, just have that."
No, I don't have a problem with that.
See, I get kind of pissed off, dude. I get kind of pissed off if my wife starts taking food off my plate. I'm like, you should have ordered that.
Usually, nah, that doesn't piss me. It takes a lot to piss me off.
My son will tell you. Pissed off, but just irritated. You're kind of like, what? What are you doing?
Nah.
What about when she tries to take her food and put it in your mouth? Does that make you irritated?
She used to rotate. Yeah, she used to do that. That
irritates the shit out of me too.
Take food and hold it near my mouth, like taste
like she want to feed you and shit.
Yeah, I deaded that. I was like, don't do that.
It's like, See, that's the 2 things I don't like, because usually when I'm at dinner, I got to talk to a bunch of people. People like trying to talk to me and shit.
And she wants to stick food in your mouth.
And that's just disrespectful, I think. I mean, I get that she's showing me it's like a sense of love from her. But to me,
but you like not when I'm in a meeting. Now
I'm little ice. I'm no longer big ice.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing about Coco is I only got to tell her once I don't like something and she lets it go.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. After 20 some odd years. Yeah, we're getting close though. We're getting close, but you got work tomorrow. What time you got to work tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow.
You play video games?
Yeah, I play video games.
What's your favorite video game?
Well, Ice knows I play Call of Duty. I was just playing Outriders. I play, first-person shooters, but I'm not so much a player versus player guy. I like running the campaigns. I think the first video game I ever got deeply into was Resident Evil.
Oh my God, the fucking first one in PlayStation?
Yeah.
You're talking about the old school back in the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
That was a scary fucking game, dude. You were in the mansion?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I remember, and it was like so cutting edge, and that fucking zombie comes back and looks at you. I was like, oh shit. So then I quit playing that game at night because I was a teenager. I was pretty young. I was still I was fragile. And I tried to really test my gangster, and I had all the lights off and shit.
Oh man.
And I was by myself. Parents were out playing cards with their friends, dude. It fucked me up.
Yeah,
Still
I mean,
fucked
I
up,
played
actually.
those games.
I'm
Those
glad we
games
started talking
scary.
about this topic, man. That was terrifying.
Ice knows when he was growing up, we had arcade games in the house. We had NBA jams.
Mortal Kombat. No one could beat me in Mortal Kombat. I'll tell you that much. Every arcade that was in there,
like Sub-Zero, he could freeze you. And
oh yeah, nobody was fucking with me. Nobody was fucking with me.
Did you play
Little Ice would
those?
stand on it. He would stand on a little box, and he could do all the fatalities and the bestialities.
Oh man, I could never get the bestialities. That was too much remembering.
Yeah, no, I was definitely a savage when it came to those.
So like
nobody
your
was
dad,
fucking
you
with
got
me.
like photographic memory. You could just read like a couple things and be able to recite it.
Yeah, see, there's certain things that I pick up, you know what I mean, and the memory is definitely one of them.
Very beautifully. I think I'm tanner than Little Ice sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm light skinned. I'm light skinned as fuck. I don't go outside that much. I'm definitely light skinned.
Black and Mexican. So I told him, I said, well, you know, they say Mexicans are lazy and black people steal. So I figure he'll be too lazy to steal, you know?
Oh my God.
But
oh man, they're getting it. They're getting it right now. Everyone is dying right now in the chat pops.
Dude, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, no, I just can't stop laughing. I'm smiling my ass off right now.
Man,
oh my God.
I'm yawning. You see me yawning?
Yeah, I'm yawning. I got to work, and I got a wife, and she works with me right now, so she's killing me.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, so it's like 10:46.
Same here with 2 kids. Well, I want to eat dinner with y'all. Let's get this thing out, and then try Apex when we're not streaming. Back out, try some Apex. I would love to chop it up with you on Apex.
Yeah, I'm not going to get in Apex because I've seen Ice play Apex, and Apex has a learning curve. And by the time I get in, I'm too late. You have to get in on those games when they first start so you can learn with everybody else. These motherfuckers on Apex are moving at 300 miles an hour, and my dumb ass is looking around for a gun. I'm going to die.
No.
So,
he tried playing Warzone with me once, and then it's like, see, like he said, he can't play Warzone with me. You know what I mean? Like he said,
Warzone's very, 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 very different than Apex.
Apex is fast, though.
No, it's not even close to as fast as Warzone. I won't play Warzone. I play Apex because it's slow.
I'm on Call of Duty right now. I'm on the new Call of Duty. I like the new Call of Duty. The
multiplayer, right?
Came out. Yeah, see, I haven't played it because I haven't been playing games, but I need
campaign was dope. I was very impressed with the campaign. So now I'm playing Invasion. I'm playing Ground War. But no, it's fun. It's something to do. It's something to do. Build your guns, get a better gun and a better gun and a better gun. You know, that's pretty much what the games are.
Yeah. I do these little game shows. I try to create them. I've got like 3 or 4. It would be cool as hell if maybe one day you came in there and did like the final part of it. I do it for some big money sometimes. And in fact,
so Ghost, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
what
sir.
got you into the Twitch world?
My wife.
How?
Because like working and stuff, I mean, we're pretty chill. And I mean, I do spend time. So at nighttime, I would come down here and I'd play video games. And I discovered Twitch back about 2015, maybe. And that's how I'd learned to play video games. Whatever video game came out and I found it interesting, I would get on Twitch after I discovered it, and you could kind of learn how to be better, what the strategy of was the best player, because back then there was none of this shit. There was no talking and whatnot. So she said, hey, if you're going to spend that time out there, why not? Because people are making money doing it. I mean, I didn't do it for money. I did it. Oh, shit. Yeah, why not? And then it went from 5 people to 30 people to 100 people. And then they were like, quit playing games. We just want to talk. And then started talking, so on and so forth. But I think the thing that interests me most is I can see why Jeff Bezos purchased it. Because I think this is the future of entertainment because of the dialogue. The fact that you could... It's one thing to watch the news, right? And then, get one side opinion. But they're never really asked the question that the person watching wants to hear.
Right.
And this gives that opportunity. So I think
it looks to me, it's like personal television networks.
Yeah.
You have your own private TV show.
And see, Pops, and see what Ghost does too, and that's how I found Ghost, is because Ghost does, and he helps out a lot of up and coming streamers. You know what I mean? He doesn't, of course, he knows the big streamers and stuff like that, but he helps a lot of up and coming streamers. And I found him because he does like game shows and stuff. And like you said, he basically makes his own like game shows and competitions and stuff like that, and brings all the streamers together on the game shows and stuff. So that's how I found Ghost, was through the game shows.
Well, that's dope. Well, Ice met you and he likes you. He was like, yo, he met this cool guy. He's helping me out on Twitch. Dad pop on. Of course, you know, when he says, Dad, I need some help, I'm here, you know, Sunday night, chopping it up. It's a pleasure meeting you, Ghost. So hopefully, you know, we'll hook up in Vegas, do something fly. I appreciate you befriending my guy. He's a good guy, you know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't cool out there, you know? So it's like, I'm like, you know, pick your friends wisely. You know, they can change the trajectory of your life.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, for the good or for the bad.
That's true.
You know?
That's very true. Yeah. So this is cool, and it's a pleasure again. I know you got to work. We'll
Pops, can you do one thing before we get off? Because
no.
Fuck you. Fuck you, respectfully. See, I could say that. No one could say that, but I can. All right. Look, one thing. This is all I'm trying to say. I wanted to do this for Ghost. I told him I had a surprise, and I wanted to do this for all of us because I want to add it on here, and it's something that I wanted to do. Can you real quick do one of your drops and say shout out to the Ghost Gang?
How do I do it? You gonna record it?
Yeah, so no, well, basically what I'll do is I'll have the mods do it, and they're just going to take the audio from the video and stuff like that. And what I'm going to do is they're going to take the snippet, like if you ever come onto my stream and I hit the little...
We can do that in Discord. I can end stream, and then we can go screw around with that, or do you want to do it in front of...
What do you want me to say, Ice?
What you want them to say, Ghost? What would be the dope thing? Like, this is what we is. Like,
just natural. I don't have a...
So basically what we call ourselves right now is the Ghost Gang. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's get it.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is Ice motherfucking T. Welcome to the Ghost Gang, bitch.
Bow. Let's go. Got you, Ghost. I told you I had a surprise for you. I was like, I'm going to get that sound drop for you.
Hell
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I'm out of here like I stole something. Y'all stay up.